Now let's turn to Sri Lanka. The left-wing opposition candidate Anura Kumara Dissanayake has won Sri Lanka's first presidential poll since the country defaulted on its international debts 2 years ago. And in his first comments, the new president said that it was a victory for all Sri Lankans. He promised a fresh start but vowed to work within the framework of an existing deal with the IMF. Well, the official result was announced after a second round of counting, which included second preference votes. So let's cross over to our South Asia correspondent Samira Hussain, who's been monitoring this in Colombo for us. So we've got a result, Samira. Just talk us through it.
Right, so I'm actually standing outside the Election Commission office, and this is where the official result was announced, that in fact Anura Kumara Dissanayake was was said to have won these elections. You can imagine that actually just a few moments ago there were lots of people that had come to the streets that were cheering and just so excited at this pretty significant political sea change that has happened in Sri Lanka. You know, this is a really remarkable election because there are so many firsts. This is the first time that we've really seen the breaking down of a long-standing political dynasty that has really been part of government for decades here in Sri Lanka. Although he's not new to politics, Anura Kumara Dissanayake is really seen as the candidate of change. But it's also a remarkable election because it wasn't fought on ethnic and religious lines. It was really all about the economy. And it's also remarkable because this was a relatively peaceful election. So often in Sri Lanka's history, you've seen violence during these elections, but that was not the case this time around.
OK, and Samira, just a quick one with you, because we've got to go to Germany in just a moment, election results coming in there. But this is obviously, how is he hoping to get Sri Lanka back on track?
That is going to be the biggest task for him. He has to form his government, which is going to be difficult, and then he's going to have to try and get Sri Lanka back on track. But he remains committed to the austerity measures that the International Monetary Fund had placed on Sri Lanka those 2 years ago.